Joseph, Bitcoin is one of the great speculative phenomena of 2013. We've seen a product that essentially came from nowhere. I don't even know if you could actually call it a product properly, but it's risen in price very sharply this year. And now, in the last few days, somebody seems to have pricked the bubble because the price has dropped a lot. What exactly is going on here, and who is going to end up losing lots of money out of this?
Yeah, it's a shame Lex hasn't looked at Bitcoin before, because it really is detonating. I mean, what's happened is the Chinese government has made another move to prevent its citizens from converting renminbi into Bitcoin. So they're preventing new deposits being formed at exchanges in the country for trading Bitcoin. But then 2 weeks previously, they effectively stopped any financial institution from handling it as well.
Right. Now, I've always been puzzled about who actually owns Bitcoin and what how you can sort of claim it and why you would want to invest in it as a product, if in fact you think it is a product.
Okay, I mean, quite simply, we know from the price collapse that the big run-up in Bitcoin towards like the latter half of this year was probably Chinese investors, perhaps purely for speculation. But we know that from the volume at Chinese exchanges. But to understand who owns it, you have to understand what Bitcoin is. It's very easy to say, oh, this is a digital currency, but actually, its structure is actually like a cryptographic way of making transactions online. In a sense, you can just call Bitcoin the record of every Bitcoin transaction. So those are public, but you can't really see who owns it.
Yeah, but was it supposed to be something entirely new, or was it supposed to be an alternative to something else?
I mean, it dates back to an academic paper penned by an anonymous writer who no one's really been able to work out who it was. And it was designed to have some similarities with gold, because one of its big things is that it has a fixed money supply.
Yes.
Because it works through computer processing power and algorithms, there'll be only so many Bitcoins created from now until like the next century. So in that sense, it shares it with gold. But the cryptography behind it is very elegant and in a way very genius, because you have a pure, very transparent record of every transaction. But at the same time, you prevent some issues with digital currencies, such as double spending. You can always see that a transaction has been made, and it's very cast iron.
Okay. Now, is the price likely to recover, do you think, in the next while, or are we seeing the end of this particular speculative bubble?
I mean, lots of people say yes, governments are only going to get more hostile from here, but I think really the problems are internal to Bitcoin. I mean, we haven't really spoken about how new Bitcoins are created. This is through a process called mining. Effectively, if you put your computer processing power towards verifying transactions, you're rewarded with so many Bitcoins over time, which is the mining element. The margins on mining are sort of collapsing at the moment, and it's a hugely wasteful activity to put these huge computer processors onto this process. So that will create a problem next year, really, for the price.
Okay, well, it looks like the Bitcoin speculative bubble seems to be at least deflating, if not actually bursting. It's been one of the big stories of 2013, but in the last few days it's taken a bit of a hit. Thanks, Joseph.